Hello, I'm going to show you guys how to make an oil change for the Honda VTX 1300. This also applies to the VTX 1800 and really all motorcycles. They are just about the same. So that's the one we're going to be changing the oil to. Um, I'm going to show you now what we need, what we're gonna need. So here are a few pieces. Let's just stay on the shade, it's bright today. All right, so we're gonna use an oil pan. That's what you'll put under the motorcycle to catch the oil foil. We're going to use four of these containers. Oil, I'll just purchase them. You can get them at your local AutoZone or car store. You need four of them. I will tell you later the exact amount that you're going to need. Um, you will need your oil filter. You can get these really cheap on eBay. About three of them will cost you about $25. And here they are. This is still in the wrapping paper. All right, so they come like that, and then you want to make sure that they are for the Honda, as you can see right there. This particular model will be good for you. I already put one in the motorcycle in the previous video about a few months ago. So we're gonna do it all over again, much better this time. All right, so while I was at the car shop, I also purchased this little device, which is going to allow me to remove the oil cartridge. You see how nicely it fits in there? So this is going to help me remove the old one and put the new one in there. We don't want to tighten it too much. In fact, hand tighten is what they told me. I want to get a little shot of the inside so that you can see the model number, all those numbers in there, in case you can't find it in your town or where you live. You can get it online. So that's the size that you need, so that you can get it in there and take it off, put it back in gently. So we'll do that as the video progresses. All right, so we need all this is what we need. So let's get it going. I'm gonna turn it on for a few minutes, let it warm up. All right, guys, while the motorcycle is warming up and getting ready, just warming up the oil in there, we are going to put the ramp, and I'm going to show you just with some household items what we need for the ramp. Okay, as you can see, there is 4 bricks left over from the house and 2 pieces of wood. This one I cut to have, as you can see, an incline, so that when the front tire goes down, it doesn't lift the whole wood up. You'll see in a minute how this works. So what we're going to do here is put together the base. This is gonna be for the rear tire. So we're gonna put it like this. There we go. This is what we do. A little crazy, yeah, but hey, it doesn't cost us a penny. So look, that's what we have. This is what you need to do so that you can get your motorcycle up and the rear tire right on here. Okay, so the other part of the motorcycle, I'm sorry, the other part that you need is over here on this side. Kind of like loosely leave a brake or a piece of wood or something. This is gonna be for your kickstand. Once you get the motorcycle up on the ramp, you're going to want to put the motorcycle on the kickstand. Alrighty, so we're gonna give that a try and see how it goes. Let's take a quick look and see how it looks. All right, we just mount it right there. There it is. Nicely mounted the rear tire on the base. Now you can see why this is like that, okay? It's got the incline, because when the front tire goes over it, it's not going to lift up the whole piece of wood, okay? So that's so that it doesn't happen, that doesn't happen. Right, I know it's a little crazy, but I'm telling you, it didn't cost me a penny. And that's why I'm making this video. Maybe you can benefit from this little idea. All right, now why lift it up like that? Because now you have space. This is what you wanted to accomplish. You see, now you have space so that when you get the oil out, then there's plenty of space for you to work. As you can see, I'm gonna try to show you. There is the oil filter over here. Let's move these out of the way. There is the oil filter. That's where you're going to loosen up. And the bolts, okay? Let's take a quick look at the bolts. Here's the one. That's what you're going to loosen up also. That's one of them, and then the other one is a little bit in the front of the motorcycle. Okay, let me move over this way so that I can find it. There it is. That's your guy. So you have this one, and over here, this one. There we go. Okay, I'm going to move slow in case you need to pause this video and see so that you can locate them in your motorcycle. The two screws that you need to loosen up and your oil filter right there. Alrighty, so now what we do is just put the oil pan back on there, loosen everything up, and be on our way. So that's what I'm gonna do now. Alright guys, now we're going to loosen everything, the screws and the filter that I just showed you. So what you do, get the oil pan out of the way and then start to loosen up everything, okay? Loosen up the filter, you know, with your tool over here. Just start loosening that up. And then once it's a little bit loose, you're just gonna leave it where it is, okay? Just let it be where it is. Loosen it up a little bit, the same thing with the screws, okay? Here's the screw. Okay, what you need for the screws is a 17 millimeter head, or I think I forgot. Oh, yeah, 17 millimeter will do it for you. Okay, working them, you remember lefty loosey. Okay, so when you get it out, just a little bit. Okay, you know that it was moving there, right there. There it is, it's moving. All right, leave it there. Do the same thing to the screw on this other side, okay? Do the same thing. There it is, it's there. You see how loose it is? All right, now that you have everything loose, then get the pan underneath. Get the oil pan underneath and loosen them by hand now. It's a little tight quarters, as you can see. Little tight quarters over there. Here's the first one. Let's just loosen that up. There he goes, there he goes. Let's get this ready to go. There he goes. Woo! All right, we got oil coming out. While that is coming out, they're nicely getting into the oil pan. Let's just do the other screw on this side. Okay, I know it's over here. Oh, it's way on this side. So you know what? I'm gonna wait until all that oil comes out to loosen the other screw and to loosen my filter. So now you know what you need to do. Loosen this one over here. You see the pan is on this side, and then the old oil is coming out. So it's almost all out. So in the meantime, I'm just gonna go and loosen my oil filter. All right. And you see how loose it is now? There you go. There, that's ready to come out. Now that it's ready to come out, oh, there it goes. You gotta be fast with this stuff, or it will get you all over the place. I'm sorry about that. My hand is in the way, I know. But I need to. There, a bunch of oil coming out now. Let me unscrew that completely. There it goes. Alright, we just leave the oil filter there to squeeze all that oil out of the old oil filter. Alright, let it all come out. But then we have one more screw to go. Okay, which is on the other side here towards the front of the motorcycle. Oh, sorry, again, I know my hand is in the way, but you just need to unscrew this guy over here, which we loosened up a while back. There we go, we have a little bit of oil coming out of there. Okay, now we just wait until nothing else is dripping or very, very tiny little drops are coming out. And then once all that happens, we seal everything back up and we put the new filter in place. So let's give it a minute. All right, we're ready to put the screws back in place. Now, one thing I wanted to show you is that both of them are the same size, okay? We use the 17mm ratchet there. They are exactly the same. They go in the engine, so it doesn't matter where you put one or the other. You don't have to worry about putting them in the wrong place. They're exactly the same, okay? So we're just gonna put them back where they came from. All right, you remember? Now we don't have a whole lot of oil coming out, so there is one. Let me move this out of the way a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna put the front one over here, right? It's really easy to find them and they go in very nicely. Okay, I'm just gonna put it in until no more drops are coming out of that little hole. You still have a couple of drops coming out of here. That's okay. So what I'll do is I'm just going to remove the oil pan and put a piece of cardboard under there. We'll put it back where it goes, right there in the hole. There it is. And we're going to put the oil filter now. Just follow the directions, what it says right on the directions, okay? Do exactly what it says. Make sure it's clean, the seal is clean, and that you're gonna put a little bit of oil to the gasket surface. So you just need to make sure that it's clean. Nice and clean in there. Put a little bit of oil on there. Just a little bit like that. On the surface, make sure that it's got no dirt or anything like that. That's it, and then now we put it where it belongs. Right there, where it came from. There is just like a regular screw. Righty-tighty, there you go. To the right. Hand tight it. Okay, and then now you take your tool or your tools and then tighten everything up to recommendations. Not too tight so that you don't have to stress out so much the next time you do this because you tightened them too much the previous time. So don't over tighten them, okay? I'm just gonna put my tool back on there, tighten it a little bit. Okay. That's all. No need to over tighten it. There we go. We're done with that. Now we move on to the screws. 17 millimeters, remember that. Tighten them a little bit. 1, 2, that's it. All done. And now, screw in the front. One and two, and we are done. We are set. Now what we're gonna do, we just clean all these down here with paper or with a towel, no towel, which I have right here handy. Just clean all that stuff, make sure it's not gonna be leaking on the floor. All right, nothing is leaking down there, everything looks good. Hey, since you happen to be down here, kind of like clean all that stuff, why not? There we go. So will you get a little dirty? Of course you'll get a little dirty. Well, that's why you have a motorcycle. It's part of the fun. So do it yourself. It's a lot more rewarding than going to pay somewhere. There we go. We're ready to put the new oil in it. So how much oil? That's our next topic. All right, guys, it's time to put the new oil in it. We're gonna bring our supplies. You remember, you need 4 of these. I know some people out there say there are better oils. That's okay, that's your preference. I don't have a super sports bike or anything, it's just my cruiser, and this serves me well. Make sure you get this kind, okay, the 10W40. This particular one is made for the 4-cylinder bikes. We have this VTX 1300. It's for 4-cylinder, it has the right additives for it, so don't get anything else but this. If you have any doubts, look at your manual. That's what they recommend, okay? So stay with the recommended manufacturer's oil. There we go. Now, how much do you need? You need 3 complete quarts. 1, 2, and 3. And then you need, from the 4th quart, you're going to pour all the way to the 13 milliliter mark. Okay, so you need 3 quarts plus all that all the way to here. All right, and they are gonna go right here on the other side of the motorcycle. All right, so let's unscrew this over here. That's where your new oil is gonna go. All right, let's put that down there so that it doesn't make a mess. Okay, and then pour away. Okay, you remember you're gonna put 3 of them, 3 complete ones in there. I purchased this particular funnel at like the dollar store. It came in a kit of like 3 or 4 or something. So I'm using the biggest one. Is really easy to pour the oil where it's supposed to go. It makes it easy for you so that you don't make a mess. What a difference in color. You see how nice and clear this one is? And all that gunk that came out of the engine over here, black. That's why you need to change the oil in your engine. Don't think you don't need to. You need to change it at least every 5,000 miles minimum. Not. This will guarantee that you're going to have your motorcycle for a very long time. It's going to be nice and faithful to you. All right, let's leave that one in there, squeezing everything out of it while I work on the other 2 bottles. There we go. All right, let's continue over here next. And let's get the other one going. Let's get them both going in there. See how easy it is to to use a little funnel. Makes it nice and easy for you. Since we're working out of our garages, hey, anything to make our lives easier. A nice dollar funnel from the dollar store did it for me. All right, there we go. Let's say that's 3 complete quarters right there. All right, let's not sweat the small ones now, so leave that alone now. Okay, now the fourth one. The fourth one, you remember, you're gonna put it all the way to the 300 mark. So let's try to make it. Okay, there we go. All right, little by little. Where are we there now? About 700 now. Let's put some more. About 500 or so. Okay, little by little until we get to almost 300. What would you say? We're almost there, right? A little bit. All right, let's put it down on the ground and level that up and see if it's 300. I think we did pretty good right there, right? Very good. So we're done. There we go. Now, obviously, you're going to save that little bit of oil for the future, for your next oil change in a few months. And now we go back over here to the place where the new oil went. Let's put the cap back in place. And you should be ready to go. Okay, so we are done. We are done with the oil change. So what we do now, we turn the motorcycle on for a little bit. Let's get all these out of the way. Let it run for a little bit. Get the new oil there going through all the components. Okay guys, so that's about it. That's a motorcycle oil change for you. Hopefully this video was useful. If you have any questions about what else to do as far as the oil change, don't hesitate to let me know. And ride safe. See you later.